And we have final part. This is a part 6 of IKEA Pax wardrobe with the HASVIK sliding doors. And in this part, I'm gonna show you how to put correctly on the Pax wardrobe frame IKEA HASVIK sliding doors. So we're gonna do inner and outer door. If you like to see previous parts, in a part 1, I'm gonna show you how to assemble IKEA Pax wardrobe frame on the floor. This is the slimmer frames, 35 centimeters. In a part 2, how to do exactly the same frame if your ceiling is low. So we're gonna assemble upright. In a part 3, we're gonna join IKEA Pax wardrobe together with the joining screws correctly. In a part 4, how to put bottom and a top rail with the ending panels. In a part 5, how to assemble HASVIK sliding doors. And now we're gonna start with the part 6, when we're gonna put the HASVIK doors on the Pax wardrobe frame. First, what you need to do, unlock the hinges. So this is the outer door, bigger hinges. Just lift the plastic up and slide it to the side. If you don't do this, you're not gonna be able to slide the doors up. If you're gonna slide the doors from the side, you have to remove the stopper and the ending panel from the Pax wardrobe frame, so you're gonna be able to slide it in. We're not gonna need to do that because we're gonna hang the doors over the rail. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. So first, this is the outer door. We're going to the second line in the top rail. You see the wheel is already in the second line on one side, and now we're gonna do the other side exactly the same. Lift the door up and go over the second line on a top rail. You don't need to be worried about the bottom because there is no bottom hinges at the moment. We're gonna do them later. So once if you're in the second line of the top rail, just slide it. If it's sliding smooth, you can lock the hinges now. So that's how it's gonna lock the hinge. Just twist the plastic back to the original place, just straight. There is a small gap, it's gonna click. And how does it work? When you unlock the hinge, you see the plastic coming under the top rail out, so you're able to take the doors off. If you slide it back, it's coming under and you lock the hinge, so the door's not gonna be able to pop out of the rail. Exactly the same on the other side. Just lock the hinge and doors are secure on the top rail. Now we're gonna do the bottom hinge. If you watch previous part, you see we didn't attach the bottom hinge yet, so now we're gonna lift the door slightly out and find the right place in the bottom. It's not the first line of the bottom rail, not the behind the rail, so that could be the third line. Is it the second line of the bottom rail? This is important. If you got this wrong, what can happen, your door's not gonna line up properly, and between the doors you're gonna have a different gap on the top and on the bottom when you slide the doors, or they can stack together. So watch out where you're putting the hinge is the second line in the bottom rail. You secure the hinge with the 2 screws, one on each side. The holes are pre-drilled. You can see I'm using here the small electric screwdriver, very helpful. In the small spaces you can find all the tools I'm using here in the description. Exactly the same on the other side. It's not the first line, it's the second line there, so we don't do that mistake, not putting in any wrong line. On that bottom hinge, at the end of the U shape, there is kind of plastic. Watch out, don't take it off, otherwise the hinge gonna make squeaky noise when the wardrobe is gonna slide. So exactly the same as the first one. Put 2 screws, secure them in, and the bottom hinge is secured so that we have the doors properly. Slide the doors, check if the sides are correct, check if you on both bottom hinges in the second line. If yes, you did everything right, and doors sliding nice and smooth. Of course the top hinges are locked already. Last thing what you have to do on the outer door, there is this rubber on the ending panel on the doors, which we attached in a previous part. You have to cut a little bit out because the top kind of coming on it when it's sliding, so just kind of small U shape, just cut it out with a carpet knife or something sharp. Now we're gonna do the inner door. First what you have to do, unlock the hinge. Just put the plastic down and do that on both sides. As I mentioned before, we're not gonna need to remove the ending panel and the stopper because we're gonna just hang the doors over the rail. Bottom hinge coming in the first line in this case, and the top hinge, so the wheel gonna come in the first line in the top rail as well. Just lift the one side up, place it at the bottom, and now we do the other side. I lift the doors up and placing the bottom hinge in the rail in the first line. Here the hinge is small, so I don't think it'll let you in the second line, so find the first line. You see we nicely in the first line, the plastic is on, so not gonna squeak, and the rail is coming in a first line on the wheel is coming in a first line on the top rail. So now you have the both doors up. We got the stopper, so we don't need to be worried to go over the hinge. Of course, don't forget to lock the inner door as well, so just push the plastic lock up and do exactly the same on the other side as well. Now you can open the door completely and check if the sliding door lining up nicely with the Pax for roof frame. If not, you can do slight adjustment on the top hinge to lift the doors up or down. If that doesn't work, there is other stuff what you can do, but I'm gonna explain you all that in a different video as that's a bit wider topic. Don't forget to check out a previous part when you can see the complete guide how to assemble this wardrobe. Thank you for watching, guys. You have a fantastic day and see you in my next one very soon.